Minecraft 1.20 is complete, and we can be expecting this update a lot sooner than expected. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are in the end game now. This is now the second official Minecraft Bedrock 1.20 beta and preview version. You are looking for the version 1.20.0.21. Also, if you guys want to use the beta version and the preview version, but you don't want the horrible beta and preview text at the top, I have an add-on down below in the description, which gets rid of it and also brings you the 1.20 panoramic background. Link is down below. Oh yeah, and we might see Minecraft 1.19.80 tomorrow, although people have been saying it's rumored for Tuesday. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the banner shields. And if you want to make this banner shield, I did create a short. The link is down below. Somebody said it's basically Peely from Fortnite. I kid you not, this cow really did try and ruin today's video. Anyway, today is mostly about bug fixes. However, it looks like 1.20 is complete. Let me explain. Starting with features and bug fixes, experimental toggle. All Trails and Tales content has now been de-experimentified and is available during normal gameplay. Removed the next major update toggle since it has no active experimental content. What this means is when you create a brand new world and go to experiments, there is no new update toggles. It is just short sneaking, which is the 1.5 crouching, which is an indication that 1.20 is complete. Honestly, if we get any more features for this update, I'll be massively surprised. Accessibility features. The 4 creative inventory tabs now have their names read out by text to speech. Moving on to blocks, suspicious sand and suspicious gravel now play their respective sounds when brushing them has completed. And we do have a bug report. Some brushing sounds are missing. Now, I might be going crazy here, but it does say brushing blocks in general. I believe this sound is still missing in this version today. So when you brush this, listen carefully. First off, when you're brushing it, it makes a sound. And when you finish brushing, it makes a separate sound. So you kind of hear it pop a little bit there. But I swear on Java, when you're brushing any block at all, it also makes a sound. But as you can see here, there is absolutely no sound at all. Maybe I'm going crazy, but I think it's still bugged for a second week in a row. The decorated pot. Decorated pot faces now use the top rows of pixels. And yes, you guessed it, we have a bug report. Decorated pot is missing top row of pixels. I didn't notice it, kind of glad I didn't, but you can see here that there's a row here, but there's not a row at the top. It's basically been lifted up by 1. That was fixed today. So if we just break a few blocks and we stand here, you can see there's now a layer here and also a layer here. It's basically been pushed down once. My OCD is now happy. Picture crop. The picture crop hitbox will now change in size according to its age. I love this change. Didn't think they were going to introduce it, but if we place this down, as you can see, it has a hitbox there. It has a separate hitbox there, a separate one there, a separate one there, and we do one more time, a separate one there as well. So I really like this change. What happens when you just regularly place this down, though? What's the hitbox like? Yes. So, yes, this has been updated. Moving on to picture crop block. It says picture crop block now uses bottom texture. Calibrated Sculk sensor. The calibrated Sculk sensors now power the block below them when activated. So as simple as putting this on here, jumping up, and as you can see, the redstone lamp has been lit. Calibrated Sculk sensors now have an active cooldown of 1 second instead of 2 seconds. That's a Java parity. Calibrated Sculk sensors now detect vibrations up to 16 blocks away instead of 8 blocks away, also from Java Edition. Moving on to gameplay. Fixed fall damage accumulating when player jumps on roofed soul sand bubble columns. So this was to do, I've showed this an old bug. When players were doing this, right, it was accumulating damage, and when they jumped off, they would literally die. One of the reasons why we do not have hardcore mode is because of the crazy amount of death bugs we have. But yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. I experienced that a lot on Pocket Edition. Moving on to Graphical, the decorated pot now respects the lighting conditions when held in hand or dropped. And we have a bug report. Decorated pot is purple at nighttime. This is daytime. This is nighttime. And the pot literally changed color. So if we grab this /time and we set it to nighttime, as you can see, it stayed the exact same. Conduit block now respects the lighting conditions when held in hand or dropped. Signs. We have quite a few changes here. A sound is now played when trying to interact with a waxed sign. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to wax this. Now, when you try and interact with it, it makes like a... No, you can't do anything anymore. It's kind of like when you're standing on the honey blocks, but also oak blocks at the same time. Hold on. So I wanted to try this with Crimson. If we just like type this, do this. So I thought this might have made the same sound as like Crimson would. Bro, that stupid guy is ruining today's video. Anyway, they make sound. Also, it is no longer possible to use ink sac, glow ink sac, or dyes if the text that would be changed is empty. We have a bug report. Here is the bug report. It was reported back on the 1st of July, 2021. And we do have a video here. As you can see here, this person was still able to dye a non-text sign. So if we try and use these dyes on here, you can see it just opens it up. And that basically follows on with this one. Interacting with an unwaxed sign while holding an item that cannot be used on the sign now opens the sign for editing, which is what's happening right here because we cannot dye it. It does say interacting with a sign while holding a certain item no longer also triggers the item's specific action in addition to opening the sign for editing. When using a gamepad or touch input, the correct tooltips are now shown if interacting with the sign is possible. When editing the text of a sign, the text color now matches the dye of the sign. We have a bug report. Sign editing screen ignores added effects. So you'll see here, this person is currently dyeing the signs. However, when they open the signs, as you can see, it's not the correct color. So if we open this up, it's black text. If we grab ourselves a couple of different dyes, let's go blue, and we open this back up, you can see the sign is blue. We change it to yellow, you can see it's yellow. If we make it glow, does it glow? It actually, I mean, kind of, I guess. It's not really glowing like I was expecting it to look like, but yeah, anyway, whenever you open it up, it is going to be the specific color. Sniffer. Fixed the Sniffer's head Z-fighting with their body. We have a bug report. Z-fighting occurs on the Sniffer's heads and ears, and you can see it right here. So you can see it's kind of glitching out there, and you can also see it's kind of fighting its way through there. Sculk Sensor. Sculk Sensors now power the bottom block below them when active, exactly the same as that other one over there. So we put this down and we jump. This one gets powered. Sculk Shrieker. Waterlogging a Sculk Shrieker will now silence its shriek sound. So if we stand on this, you'll see here, it makes a sound. But if it is waterlogged and you do it, you'll see it basically does the effects, but it doesn't make a sound. User interface, marketplace, and dressing room cycle buttons now show navigation chevron when using a controller, and controller hints are disabled. We have a bug report. Apparently, it's been around for over a year. If we go on this, you can see we do have the ability to go left and right, but when they turn these options off, it disappears for them. That's been fixed. Fixed, the multiplayer toggle in the Create New World screen sometimes wasn't grayed out, even though the settings would have no effect. Coordinates are now showing on the new def screen if the show coordinate setting is enabled. So what I want to do here is just very briefly kill myself. Yes, crazily enough, we're just going to change these to game mode S. And I have the old one on currently, and you can see there is no coordinates on screen. The reason why this happens is I have to turn off my resource pack because they haven't yet been updated. So we're going to have the ugly text up here, but we are going to have the new def screen. So I'm just going to run this back one more time. And now when you die, it is going to show your coordinates on the screen. Now, do you think this is kind of cheating or not? Also, they kind of changed the animation when you die. This is the new screen. You can submit feedback if you want to, but you can see by default, it shows my coordinates are available. So if you die, you be like, hey, just going to quickly write these down and then go back to the location. I actually think this might be slightly cheating. What do you think? Vanilla Parity, top and bottom door textures now rotate correctly when opened and closed for world versions from 1.20 onwards. Vibration frequencies. Let's read the changelog. Also, in terms of the texture changes for the doors here, I couldn't quite figure it out, honestly, but apparently the doors went the wrong way or something along those lines. Anyway, apparently it was fixed today. So, vibration frequencies. It says, in preparation for the calibrated Sculk sensor, vibration frequencies have been greatly simplified to prevent unwanted interference. The following are category descriptions for each frequency and the expected events that they correspond to. Movement in any medium, land, liquid, or air. Landing on any surface, land or liquid. Item interactions, gliding within a elytra or unique mob actions such as Ravager roaring, wolf shaking, etc. And then a bunch more changes. So yeah, if you're interested in the frequencies, the link is down below. It was just too much text for signs. And yes, technical updates. Let's read the changelog. Handful of changes for technical updates, editor, general, entities, graphics, items, recipes, and components. If you're interested in the technical side and experimental features such as add-ons and API, the link is down below. Honestly, guys, I'm expecting this update around mid-May, if not the beginning of June. Hopefully, this video has kept you all updated. Very, very soon, you'll get to enjoy banner shields. See you in the next video.